My first real interaction with bats were all swarming, getting ready to hibernate. Thousands of them. You could hear the bats all flying around. And you could feel the wind as they flew past you, but none of them touched me. And I said, okay, this is very cool. And I was hooked.
It's because they're misunderstood. There is so much mystery around bats, so I found them naturally interesting. People think of bats as flying mice, and this is not the case. They're not rodents. They're in their own family called Chiroptera, which means hand wing. They have the same bones in their fingers as we do, but they're elongated, and then they have the wing membrane across it.
They're much smaller than they look when they're flying and their wings are outstretched. You hold a little brown bat, which weighs the same as a loonie in your hand, and people say, oh, that must be a baby. No, that's a grown-up bat. They're just really small animals with a really cool life cycle.
There are over 1,300 species of bats in the world, and there's a huge variety of sizes, what they eat. They're found on every continent except the Antarctic. They're actually very clean. If you think about how a cat grooms itself, bats are like that as well. If they get into a building, it's through an existing opening. It can be a very small opening, but they won't shoot holes, so if those openings are blocked up, bats are not going to be able to get in. They can carry rabies like many other mammals, so you don't handle them if you find them on the ground, because they would bite in self-defense. If you don't handle them, you're not going to be exposed. No bats are blind. All bats can see. The bats that we have in Alberta that are insect-eating bats use echolocation to find and locate small flying objects in the dark, like a mosquito, but they can see.
They do a lot of things that you wouldn't expect. Here they get tons and tons of insects every night.
Down in the southern US, the bats play a really integral role as a natural pesticide, saving farmers billions of dollars. But most importantly, they are just a component of our ecosystem. They're there for a reason. Every species is there for a reason, and all our bats are valuable.
Technology's come a long way in allowing us to follow bats, to listen for bats and identify some of them without actually catching them or seeing them. But there's so many questions about bats, and not just in exotic places around the world, but here in Alberta. All sorts of questions we still don't understand. The basic biology of the 9 species we have in the province. Where are they in the winter? Where are they going for the winter when they're migrating? How do they survive in pretty extreme conditions? Lots of mysteries still to debunk, and hopefully make them a little less scary.